Hey, I'm Courtney Waterman, your tutor. Lover of anime, manga, and math. And you just tuned into another session of Tutor Me Sempai. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're jumping into a 4th grade topic, comparing fractions. Now, if you're new to my channel, I've put timecodes in for this video in the description box below. So use that to skip ahead to whatever part of the video you think is most interesting. As always, if you have any questions about what we see today, or even on homework, you can always visit me on my Facebook page at Tutor Me Sempai and tell me all about it there. Today's video will have 3 parts, so leave a like, smash subscribe, and let's get started. As of now, you're probably really good at comparing numbers that look like this. And if I was to ask you which of these 2 numbers is going to be bigger, it probably wouldn't take you much time to say that this one is bigger. However, what if you don't have numbers like this, but you have something that looks like this, 5 over 6 and let's say 7 over 10. Could you easily tell me which of these 2 fractions is going to be bigger? Comparing 2 fractions is not always as straightforward as comparing the numbers that you're used to. However, just because it's not as straightforward doesn't mean it has to be difficult. When we compare 2 fractions, there's one thing that we have to keep in mind, and that's something we call like bases or like denominators. And a denominator is just going to be the bottom part of your number. So if we want to compare these 2 fractions, we have to get like denominators, which just means we have to get the same number in the denominator for both fractions. But how do we do that? How do we get the same denominator for a fraction that's so different? Well, there's a couple ways you can do that. However, the quickest and the easiest way for just comparing fractions is to multiply the denominator by the other denominator. So in this case, you multiply this 6 by the 10, and in this case, you multiply this 10 by the 6. If you do that, you're always guaranteed to get the same denominator in both of your fractions. So in this case, we're multiplying this 6 by the 10, right? And that's going to give us something like a 60. In this case, we're multiplying the 10 by the 6, and that's going to give us something like 60. So you see, we have the same exact denominator by multiplying the denominator by the other denominator. However, we can't stop here. If we do this, we're going to change our fraction, which means that we change our problem. And if our teacher gives us a problem, we can't just change it to something else just because we want to. We have to answer the problem. So how do we change our denominators without changing the fraction? Well, we have to make sure whatever we do to our denominators, we also do to the numerators. And the numerator is going to be the top part of your fraction. So in this case, we multiply the denominator by 10, so we have to make sure we do the same thing to the numerator. We're going to multiply the numerator by 10. In this case, we multiply the denominator by 6, so we have to make sure we do the same thing to the numerator, multiplied by 6. And when we do that, we get 5 times 10 gives us 50. And we have 7 times 6 gives us 42. Now we have 2 fractions that, although they look different from the originals, they're the same fractions. This is something we call an equivalent fraction. It's the same fraction, but it looks a little different. So 50 over 60 is going to be the same thing as 5 over 6. It's the same fraction. 7 over 10 is going to be the same thing as 42 over 60. However, we can compare these because they're the same denominators now. All you need to do is compare the numerators. Whenever you have the same denominator, you can now compare the numerator and see which one is bigger. So which one is bigger, 50 or 42? 50 is bigger. So because 50 is bigger and they have the same denominator, we know that 50 over 60 is going to be greater than 42 over 60. Or we know that 5 over 6 is going to be greater than 7 over 10. So let's look at another example to make sure we have all the steps down. So here we have 2 fractions. One is 1 over 8 and the other is 2 over 3. And we want to compare them. However, we need to make sure that before we start comparing, we have the same base. And as you see, we don't have the same base. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to multiply the denominator by the other denominator. And that means that we're going to be multiplying this 8 by a 3, and we're going to multiply this 3 by an 8. However, whatever you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. Or whatever you do to the denominator, you have to do to the numerator. And that makes sure that we're staying the same. We have to make sure the fraction doesn't change. We can use an equivalent fraction, but we can't use a different fraction. So we're going to multiply this 1 by a 3 as well. And this 2 is going to be multiplied by an 8. And when we do this, we're going to get 3 over 24. And this is going to be 16 over 24. Now that we have the same denominator, let's compare the tops. Let's compare our numerator. Which numerator is bigger, 3 or 16? Our 16 is going to be bigger. Therefore, we know that 3 over 24 is less than our 16 over 24. Or we know that 1 over 8 is going to be less than our 2 over 3. You can use the equivalent fraction to figure out which one is indeed bigger, but make sure you're using the same exact sign for the original fractions. So let's do one more example to see what we have to do if the bases are already the same. Let's say we want to compare these two fractions, 52 over 100 and 34 over 100. The first thing we normally have to do is make sure we have the same basis, or make sure we have the same denominator, our same bottom number. And to do that, we will multiply the denominator by the other denominator. But in this case, we already have the same denominator. So what are we going to do? Well, if you're ever given the same denominator for your two fractions, you can actually skip the step of multiplying your denominators. Since they're already the same, let's just look at the numerators and compare the numerators. No need to multiply the denominator by the other denominator because that just gives you more work. We already have the same denominator, so let's use them. So in this case, because they're the same, looking at the numerator, which one is going to be bigger, 52 or 34? 52 is going to be bigger. Therefore, 52 over 100 is going to be bigger than 34 over 100. Since they already had the same base, we don't have to do any other multiplication. We just have to compare the tops, or compare the numerators. So I hope you were able to follow with these examples, and I hope you now know how you're going to compare your fractions. However, if you have any questions about what we saw today, or even on homework, you can always visit me on my Facebook page at Tutor Me Sempai and tell me all about it there. If you haven't done so already, remember to leave a like. It really helps the channel by letting YouTube know that you found this video helpful. And if you found this video helpful, so can someone else. So leave a like, hit the notification bell, smash the subscribe, and share this video with a friend. Well, that's all the time I have for today. I'm really hoping this helped with your homework, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again next week. I'm Courtney, and this has been another session of Tutor Me Sempai.